Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you read by the title, I'm going to do my first oil change on this Polaris 570. That's a 2020. I got Castrol Edge SAE 5W50 full synthetic. It calls for 1.9 quarts. So I got 2 quarts obviously. But I'm definitely gonna have to do a second review on this thing. This thing is sick. It's sick. But before I ramble on about this four-wheeler, let's go ahead and get started. So obviously I'm on the right hand side of the four-wheeler. So right here is where your oil. This is a spot where you fill your oil back up right there. Y'all see that? And I'm pretty sure that up there in one of these holes right here is gonna be the oil plug. And the oil plug, from what I found online, which I'll verify in a second, will be a 6mm Allen key or hex bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and get under there and start draining the oil. I let it run for about 10 minutes, so the oil's nice and hot. Yippee for me. And we'll drain it and fill it back up, and we'll be there in a second. So once we get it and I find it, I'll show you in a second here. All right everybody, so I said it was gonna be in one of these holes shaped like that, you know, that run down here. I'm coming in from the right hand side, and it is actually this more elongated hole right here, which will be down the center in the middle of the ATV, so our four-wheeler. Tomato tomato. So there's that. My worry was I was gonna need, it's really hard to record. This four-wheeler does not have a lot of space under here, so bear with me. So let's see if I can get my arm around here. Cool beans, got it. It's nice to have long arms. All right, see, my worry was it was gonna be recessed in there further, and I was gonna need a longer hex bit, but as you can tell, fits right in there. So you know what to do next. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. We're draining oil, so take it off. I'll be back in a second. All right, so I pulled the oil plug, and the oil is obviously draining. You can see this right here. Hopefully the GoPro's picking it up well. This is a little copper washer. They recommend that you change this out. This washer looks just fine. I'm pretty sure I can get a couple uses out of it before having to get one. Okay, so if you're worried about what direction it goes on, more flatter side goes up against the bottom of the engine. Then you'll see the ring from the back of the bolt indented on the copper washer. So don't lose this. Okay, when you pull it, it may come down with the bolt, or it might stick up there. Honestly, pay attention to the stream, because probably in about another minute as it's draining, it's going to fall off and you don't want to lose it. So just because it's stuck up there, don't trust it. You don't want to lose this. This is what creates that seal and keeps the oil inside the engine. So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in, and we'll get to the filter. Here we go. All right, so now that we did that, I went and tightened the bolt up. Make sure your little crush washer was in there, or whatever they call it, your little copper washer. Okay, so then on It looks like the best way to do it is going to be on this side, which will be the right hand side of the four-wheeler. So you come into this wheel well. I got the tire turned out as far as it will, and your oil filter is going to be right back in here. Now I can't point and get closer with the GoPro at the same time, so I'll just go ahead and push the GoPro directly towards it, winding around a couple things. Okay, see it? That's your oil filter. That's your oil filter. So now come over here to this bag, and I went and got everything at O'Reilly's. So if you're asking yourself where you're gonna get that 6mm socket or hex bit socket thing, you can get it at O'Reilly's Advance, just your auto parts store. So I went and got a K&N, so KN303 is the part number. Okay, now those are supposed to be really hard to take off without a tool, but I'm gonna go ahead and grip it and spin it off. And then the new one, I don't know what size it is, has a hex head, you know, like the top of a bolt, and you can stick a socket on there. Future oil changes, which depending on how much you ride won't be very often, and you'll be able to take it off with a wrench. So I'm going to get in there and arm wrestle this thing, get it off, and we'll go ahead and get this put back on. And I don't know if I said it, but if you guys, you know, a lot of you guys probably, you're pretty handy with tools, right? So you know not to over tighten and He-Man the drain plug. And for anybody new who's just got a four-wheeler, they've touched the tool once or twice and they want to do the oil change themselves because they don't want to take it to Polaris or wherever they bought it and pay the whatever amount of money, hundreds of dollars, for a full inspection and oil change. They want to do the oil change themselves. It's not hard. Actually, it's kind of a pain in the ass to record this because it's making me go slower than I would if I didn't have a camera. So it's really easy. So we'll get back to this in a second, and basically that's going to be just about it. But I will show to verify that it takes a whole 2 quarts or 1.9. I'm not going to measure the 1.9. I'm going to pour 2 quarts in there and then check it. So I'm not going to try to keep track of 0.1. So all right, here goes. All right, so I got the oil filter off. It was a pain in the butt. Typically you're not just gonna reach your hand in there, and I have long arms. I'm 6'3". I got long arms, so when I reached in there, my hand could perch just a little bit on the edge. It's good for like putting a tool in there and taking it off. Like, you got space for that, you know, but not typically your hand. And I know not everybody's tall or has long arms, but whatever. It was a pain in the butt. He-Man put it on there, or a Thundercat or something. But don't be a dumb butt and don't put it on like they did. So what you want to do is make sure you still got your rubber seal on the edge of this, because you do not want 2 seals on one mating surface, because they'll just sandwich and create a gap and you'll waste all your oil. And when I went to O'Reilly's, they did not stock this oil. They had to order it for me, so I had to wait a day to get it. So make sure your rubber seal, this rubber seal is a little different. Okay, see it? So don't do it like when you take your plug off, like your drain plug, and there's oil over your hands. Go clean your hands off. Save yourself time, go clean your hands off, because you're, like I said, you're gonna have to arm wrestle it to get it out, or wrist wrestle it. So you're gonna grab a little bit of oil off there, get it on your finger, and you're gonna have to rub it around the new seal. Go dry your hand off, unless you got, like, you know, Them little hands that are perfect for commercials that make the hamburgers look big. And you can reach your hand in there and spin it on real tight. But you don't want to make these super tight either, because remember, it's going to be probably you that takes it off. So I just wanted to do a real in-depth kind of like review, so sorry for so much talking, but for those of you all that lasted this long, hopefully this helps you. So obviously put the oil on that seal, and then I'm going to spit it on there. Let's get to filling it up a little. All right, so we got the filter back on. Like I said, tighten it, make sure it's tight. Don't He-Man it on. And then come over here with your hand, obviously. You spin the dipstick out. Now that you got it out, go get yourself a rag. You got a rag handy? Cool. Alright, now you're gonna need a funnel. Boom. Stick a funnel in there. Okay. Looked like my funnel was dirty. Obviously, now you fill it up. I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up. And we'll go ahead and get the rag, clean off the dipstick, stick it in there. Now after I fill that up, I'm gonna start the four-wheeler, let it run for about 30 seconds or a minute. Then I'm gonna shut it off and check the oil, okay? Make sure you have the dipstick screwed back in there after you fill it up. Pull the funnel out, put that back in. You don't have to clean it yet. Put it back in. Make sure it's a little tight. Start the four-wheeler. Shut it off. Give the oil a second, the chance to drain back down to the bottom, or whatever the case may be. And yeah, fucking check your oil. All right, here we go. All right, I started the four-wheeler. Let it run for about 30 seconds or whatever. You don't have to sit there and time it. Just use good judgment, I guess. I'm gonna rev it up a little bit. And now we're gonna check the oil. Come on. Alright. I'm gonna clean this off. Okay, good enough for me. I'm gonna put it back in there. Be careful not to cross thread it. I don't know if it's because I'm using old lefty or what. It keeps wanting to cross thread growing in. Alright, cool. There it goes. Sorry, that took a second. Old lefty's not the best. Alright, spin it back out. All right, you'll see that pretty dry, comes right up to here. Probably be able to see it in the video after I watch it and edit it, but oil's right there, so we're good. There's no other marks after it, so it's just full and it's pointing to right here, so we're golden. There you go, 2 quarts. Takes you right to it. All right, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please consider subscribing. I mean, this channel, I'm just gonna post everything, anything off-road, whether it be me on my feet, shooting guns, chilling, drinking, having fun, little reviews here and there of stuff I get, working on stuff, different parts I have to replace, different problems I find, and that will be it. There you go. Look at that, beautiful. This slides in. Okay, saw that, right? It's gonna go in and then snap in that way. So grab this, make sure it doesn't fall out. It's pretty loose, not that tight. All right.